actually ready. Oh, that's good, we're actually ready. So, we call ourselves Paddy's Ratwagon, and we play folky stuff and reels and things like that. And if there's anybody from the northeast, then you'll know the first number. Well, you won't probably, but you might do. It's a Northumbrian song, it's called Blackleg Minor. Well, it's the dark and left the black with moleskin pants and shirts. They go from the back. Well, he grabs his dates and he goes to tell me what the levels are like out there? Is everything balanced or not?
Vocals up a bit.
Vocals up a bit? Yeah, I don't do vocals that often on these, but yeah. Everything else is alright, yeah? Not a bad level? Right, super.
Give us a clue then, chaps. See, normally we're slick and professional, we don't do this bit, so ignore this bit. Actually, no, this is what we're like all the time.
That's what we're like all the time. So
I just need some earplugs.
It's not that bad.
It's because I'm so close to the armpits.
So the next song is it's a hornpipe, and it's an American hornpipe called Huckleberry Hornpipe. Thank you, too kind. Too kind.
Yeah, I just got gambling out with him.
You too, yeah. Staten Island ticket. Staten Island. So, next little hall plants that we're going to play, one of them is called Staten Island. Printed in James Ayres' selection of Scots, English and Irish foreign airs in 1785. And it's, they suspect that the title may have associations with a large contingent of British troops that were stationed on Staten Island during the American Revolution. And since periodically references abound in Ayres' period collection, we may have obtained it from British military sources. So this will be Staten Island and then into Fisher's Hornpipe and into Shooter's Hornpipe. we'll do something a little bit different. Yeah. There's a little bit of wind today, not like it's supposed to be on Monday. We're supposed to be playing here on Monday as well, but
I don't think so.
I'm not sure that's going to happen with the gales that are coming in. So, something different. This is a Rolling Stones number called Dead Flowers, very cheery, I'm afraid. So the next couple of reels we'll play is, first one's going to be the Hens March, which is an old 18th century Shetland reel, and it imitates, as you'll hear from the violin, the sound of a Captain Chippy looking for food. And then we'll follow that with the Four Poster Bed. It's a traditional 17th century Scottish-Irish tune. And it relates to the story of an itinerant fiddle player who finds refuge for the night in a cottage which lacks a bed for him. Not wanting to be inhospitable, the man of the house fashions a bed, and in return the fiddler composes this tune to thank him. Hens March, Four Poster Bed.
Are you reading that?
Yeah. Yeah. Full width. So, 2 Shetland reels now, 2 more Shetland reels. First one, full rig ship from the Shetland Isles, describes the motion of a full rig ship with a nice sailing wind. And then the new rig ship, the tune celebrates the rigging out with new sails and mast of a fishing boat, which the owner proudly calls a ship. So, a couple more American reels now. Ragtime Annie, followed by Little Billy Wilson. Good.
Whenever Matt looks at me, I think he's going to
Well, yeah, you always like songs. Sue likes songs rather than reels. So this is a Brian Adams song, but nothing like he did it. Nothing like he did it at all. It's called You Belong to Me. Well, we're going to do King of the Fairies now, and there's a little story which goes with King of the Fairies that most folk reels you play 3 times, but King of the Fairies is supposed to be a summoning song, and that if you play it 3 times, you summon the King of the Fairies to the event, and he will pass judgment. And if it's to his liking, all is good. But if it's not to his liking, then mayhem and chaos will result. So, just not to tempt fate, we only play it through twice. King of the Fairies. animated cartoon series is Sea-Rye, even.
Before Siri, Siri.
So those of you that remember animated series or Sea-Rye in the 70s, you might remember the theme to this. And I'm going to say that there are no such this is Captain Pugwash, and he's assisted by the cabin boy Tom and the pirates Willie and Barnabas. There are any other names of characters that you may have heard are spurious and are completely incorrect, and in fact I think the author took the newspaper to court and published them. Anyway, so there we go. So this is it's actually known as the trumpet hornpipe, but you'll know this as Captain Pugwash. Norval, our drummer's brought a dog, by the way. There's normally dogs, people bring dogs here. Norval likes to talk to them because I think they're on the same level, really. Same mental agility level, really. Hooray! And up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. Hooray, and up she rises. What Shavik Shavik.
What's next, Adrian?
Next is Shavik Shavik, which is an Irish reel. And it tells the story that Shavik Shavik means Big Fairy Hill, Little Fairy Hill. It's a battle between two fairies that live on different sized hills. That's about it, really. Okay. Thank you very much.
One, two, three, four, go!
Pink Floyd has got a floating pig. We've got a
We got a little window, haven't we?
Yeah.
brilliant.
See the hairs he does.
Oh, is it the fox he's got?
So it's the Creedence Clearwater Revival song called Bad Moon Rising. Ready? you very much. Too kind. Too kind.
They're beautiful.
Oh, what should we do?
This big.
No, there's loads more to do. There's loads more to do. Do you want to do the game? What's this? This is the. This is. It's known as the Gale, but I think you will know it as the theme to the Last of the Mohicans. Sorry? No. No.
Did you enjoy yourself, Donna?
Just a cool. This is a reel called Cooley's Reel. Okay. Yeah. snowflake or something like that?
Was it? Yeah. That was the most thin and but good.
This is a slightly different sounding word. It's called the Wizard's Walk. So I think we're going to finish now, and if you've listened to the Irish Tourist Board advert, you'll know this one. This is Cash Jig. Wait for it. Thank you for listening to us. We did Paddy's Ratwagon, and if the storm that predicted in Bad Moon Rising doesn't come on Monday, we'll be here on Monday. See you again. Thank you. Bye.